Welcome to week 4. I'd like to begin this week by drawing your attention to where you can locate your assignments if you've not already found them. You're going to go into My Lab and Mastering, and once you get there, you're going to come down here to My BCom Lab Results. Now, each of you will be getting very specific feedback from me regarding your assignments. And so then once you see the assignment that has been graded, you simply go there and you should see an upload. Just as you uploaded yours, what I basically do is I download your work, make comments directly on your work, and then upload it. You should be receiving notification that I sent it to you. Right here is the feedback, and then you would just download it and see my commentary. Now this becomes important because remember, once you get your assignments back, you are to make corrections, and ultimately you will be uploading both the original and the corrected into your ePortfolio. All right, another concern I have is I do send weekly videos, and it does contain a lot of valuable information. I did notice that out of 25 students this past week, only 12 individuals actually watched the video. Please make sure that you are making time to, it's like maybe tops 20 minutes to watch that video. I would also like to remind you, once again, please only contact me through this inbox. When you send information to my university email, which is intended for administrative purposes, I may or may not see it. All right, let's go to this week's assignments, which right here I will take you to, and we come down here, and as you will see, we are in week 4, and so you have everything will be due. You have chapter 4, and there's the video, and then there's an H&R Block assignment, and then there is your chapter quiz. So you basically have a pretty light week, so that would be maybe an opportunity for you to make some changes. The other thing I would like to go over with you would be assignments from last week. With regard to the agenda assignment, there is a format that agendas use. And so in addition to making sure that you put the items of discussion in the appropriate order, there's a format. You would not put the word, for example, I will do this, I will do this. It is very brief. It's usually on one sheet. It will have bullet points. You do not use complete sentences. And typically at the top, you will have what the meeting is about, the date, and the time, and where it's being held. Now this also will be listed in the minutes. So you have your meetings called to order. Now you were to distribute some divisional budgetary information. It would make most sense to have that information while the meeting's going on. Some of you kept it at the very end. They're going to need that so that when the different people present their reports, they can direct the audience to that. There's also the approval of minutes. So typically in a meeting, you will have someone. Okay, and after the meeting minutes are approved, then you would be going into the various reports of the directors. Now, it would be optional, I think in this case, since it's a scenario rather than actual, they may or may not want to be specific on the agenda as to what they are going to be discussing during their 15 minutes or their 10 minutes. Now, then follow-up discussion. Sometimes to keep meetings, especially on you're on a very strict timeline, you might want to channel those discussions to very specific topics. Okay, and then you would announce the meeting, the next meeting, just give a date because this all could change, but just so they could mark it on their calendars that there would be a meeting forthcoming on January 12th. Okay, when you are writing, please make sure that you use if I were you, not if I was. If I were is what we call the subjunctive, and basically it's to express a situation which is impossible, but a wistful state. So if you say, if I were to win the lottery, that's subjunctive case. All right, do not write to whom it may concern, especially in today's business world. It might not concern anyone. If you, instead of saying to whom it may concern, you might want to use a regarding, like for a subject line, so it would get directed to the correct place. Many of you used this when you were writing to your counterpart in Spain, but you had her name, so why you would say to whom it may concern, I don't know. Please do not use the cliche, thank you for taking time to read this letter. We have no guarantee on the other end that it even has been read, and so it is not really necessary. All right. Inconvenience is a very arbitrary word, so when you write sorry for the inconvenience, that is not only a cliche, but it really doesn't settle much. Another thing, when you were writing to the counterpart in Spain, many of you started your memos with hey. Please do not use that. That is too informal. Okay, thank you. So we are now entering week 4. If you do have any questions, please make sure to let me know. Otherwise, have a great week, and I will talk to you next week.